We've come onto this earth with a warrior soul, here to play some rather major roles. From the head to the heart is where we must go, breaking down the walls of the status quo. Hello, beautiful hearts. This video today is the first video in a new wave of YouTube videos that I'm going to be sharing to my YouTube channel. And this video today is going to be about who I am, what kind of videos I plan on posting on my channel from now on, and why you might want to stay tuned. So stick around. So nice to meet you. So let me share a little bit about myself for those of you watching this video who don't know me. I'm just guessing that probably if you're watching this video, you know me and you like me, but still it's good to articulate who I am now and where I've been. I am 41. I don't know, I feel an identification with the archetype of the late bloomer, if that is an archetype. I'm holding something that has taken a really long time to be cultivated. I've been on quite a path of healing throughout my life. I had insomnia, all of a sudden chronic, debilitating insomnia when I was 19 in college, and I had just gone to New Orleans for a American Marketing Association trip. It was super fun until, bam, I couldn't sleep. And I couldn't sleep the rest of that trip, and I came back home and I was just terrorized by nightfall because it meant another night of tossing and turning and not being able to shut off. This was a huge life event for me, and it made me have these life-ending thoughts that wouldn't stop running through my mind. Before then, I think I had a pretty okay upbringing, and I was doing great in college. So this insomnia, I'm starting here because this has actually been a teacher for the past 19 years, I'd say. I got it when I was 19, and I've had it on and off about 20 years now, and it's been a year. But the insomnia has been a huge teacher and a catalyst for my healing, a catalyst to walk me through my karma, to launch me into my dharma. So there are a lot of healing experiences, and there were many, many, many years of healing that I had to do. It was really hard for me to hold down a regular job, even though I did have a corporate job for a while. I knew that I had to work for myself. So I've, throughout my life, worked around this insomnia thing that would come every now and then. Couldn't figure it out, couldn't figure out the pattern or the season or the trigger. But indeed, it's been my teacher, and it's a symptom that something in my life is not in alignment. So I've had to face my shadows and face what I wasn't expressing during the day, what I was repressing, what was stirring in the nighttime hours when I was trying to sleep. And this has taken me down many different paths of healing modalities, working with different kinds of teachers, human and plant teachers, and it's taken me really all over the world because once I started working with certain plant teachers, I started picking up the guitar and started learning songs and started to be led by these songs to other places around the world. And with the insomnia, I realized I had more to heal. Also, I lost my parents when I was 25 years old, and they died in a motorcycle accident. So that was big. That was really big. I had a younger brother at the time, and yeah, they both died at the same time. Somebody hit them from behind while they were on vacation. And I was living in Chicago, and being the big sister that I was, I was really strong. You know, I knew I had to be really strong for not just myself, but my younger brother, more importantly. And I was really into Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction. So when they died, I had this knowing that there was no such thing as death. They were pure positive energy now. And in fact, they had chosen this path in a way. Like, they were ready and they knew that we'd be okay. So I had this knowing, and that's what helped guide me and my brother through it all. And I came back to Chicago, where I was living, and I don't know how I did it, but I seemed to jump back into my life and carry on. And it wasn't until I got insomnia again and other things were coming up, and I met a teacher, that I realized I had a mountain of grief to access. So there's a lot that I learned from having to face myself in that darkness, that immense pain and darkness. And then when I moved here to California a year later, after I got to see my brother in San Diego and I got to come up to Grass Valley, and I put in the offer for this house, and I was in escrow. Right as escrow was closing, my brother died. My brother, he was rock climbing in Yosemite, and he'd been rock climbing for 11 years, and he fell. And that was a big one. That was the biggest one ever. That was the worst thing that could have happened for me. So that was 2 years ago. And that first year was really, really hard. And I guess I'm sharing all this with you all because it will just give context to where I'm at and where I'm coming from in my life, and how I'm able to authentically embody a sense of joy, because I really worked through it all in a very prayerful and gracefully led way, through the help of many teachers. So that's why I've kind of taken it slow throughout my life. I had a lot of healing to do. Many other deeply embedded shadows were in there too, karmas, and I can't say that I know how it all works now, that's for sure. I don't know anything, but I have my own experience, and I just am so tickled by the idea of sharing some of these stories, all of these stories, I don't know, with you all who might be able to really receive support and upliftment and hope and strength from it. So I feel like I'm a cheerleader spirit, evolutionary cheerleader on my Instagram. I'm a hummingbird spirit, definitely a warrior soul. I work with plant medicine regularly now. I really feel very deeply connected with these master plant teachers on this earth. I'm very connected to star beings And I get a lot of visions about where we're going, where this earth could go, you know, if this tipping point is reached, tipping point of light. And I really feel like I am here to help make that change happen. The transition team, you know, and you might be too, very well. I'm sure of it, actually, if you're watching this video and resonating. So that's a bit about who I am, and that's probably the longest segment of this video. So the types of videos I want to be sharing on this channel are about healing, and they could be stories of my personal healing experiences and what I've learned from them, or they could be about what I've learned from conversations and ceremonies with people about healing in general, because I truly don't think it needs to be so hard. It can be full of ease and grace if we want it to be so. And I think that the more we talk about our healing experiences, the faster we learn, right? So maybe there's a lot of connectivity between my experiences and your experiences, and we can all help each other out. I want to make videos also about joy, and I'm not quite sure how that's going to express itself just yet, but I am praying just to stay out of the way in the whole process of making YouTube videos and what I want to make them about. But definitely the medicine of the hummingbird, joy and lightness and beauty, and of the messenger. So here it is, I'm the messenger. You know, we're all messengers in some way or another. This is the age of the hummingbird. So YouTube is definitely a channel of the messenger. And the third types of videos I want to be making are about ascension, because I don't know whether you know it or not, but we're in a huge process of ascension. The Mother Earth is, that's for sure, and we have a choice to go with her or not. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are in the process of going with her. And what I get oftentimes in my communion with my teachers is how to help others attune more to the higher frequencies that are coming, the higher frequencies that are part of the new earth. You know, if you've had visions of the new earth, this next level of Mama Gaia, the frequency is so much higher, and it's coming soon. So one thing that we can do to prepare is to start attuning our frequency to that place, so when it happens, we can help rather than be scared or overwhelmed. So that's really exciting kinds of stuff that I want to channel, and I'm really curious about what those attunements are going to look like. They could be guided meditations as well. And that's it. Thanks so much for sticking with me throughout this video. Thanks so much for listening to my story. I'm so grateful that it feels so much better from this place in time. All those hard moments that I've had, I feel strength in where I'm at with them now. So I feel like sharing them with you is just gonna make the stories stronger and brighter and more sculpted, so they can really be gifts for the world. So please subscribe. If you resonate, please comment below, subscribe, and share with people who might be interested in watching these types of videos. I love you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.